All right. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday evening. Glad to see everyone. Glad that you are here. I typically do not go live on Friday evenings, but I tried to go live earlier, but I think something janky was going on with Instagram. And so I chose to wait a little bit until later. So now it's later and everything is running properly on Instagram. And just to all the fathers out there, just that happy Father's Day weekend. I hope that you all are honored. I hope that you all are able to get some rest. I hope that you enjoy your time with your family and with your children this weekend. So, hey, Precious on Instagram. Hey everyone. Absolutely good evening. My name is Jasmine Womack. I'm known as the Jasmine Womack across all social media platforms, and how I help experts to bundle their brilliance inside of a best-selling book, and then I help them to transform their book into a profitable course, coaching, or consulting business. Hey, Dr. Jenna on Facebook. So that's what I do. That's what I've been able to do in my business. And that's what we've been able to help over 1,005 authors to do as well. So it's an honor to be here with you all tonight, whether you're watching live or whether you are watching the replay. And so it's summertime. It's the kickoff of the summer. It's June. The official day of summer is going to be in just a few days or whatnot. And we're literally in the middle of the year. All right. It seemed just like yesterday. It was January 1st. 2023 was just getting started, but now we are smack dab in the middle of 2023. And so I know that you're likely assessing your goals. You're likely asking yourself if you are where you want to be at this point in the year. Have you actually been able to accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish, those things that you put on your list at the top of the year? You're probably, thinking, assessing your progress. Are you on track to completing your goals by the time that you said that you would complete them? And if writing a book has been on your list of things to do at before this year is out, I'm just coming tonight to let you all know that you absolutely have time to write your book. And yes, you can write it, you can launch it, you can publish it by the end of the year. Matter of fact, you can write it, you can launch it, you can publish it by the end of the summer in the next 90 days, right? And so that's what we're coming to talk to you. That's what I'm coming to talk to you about tonight, how you can actually get this done. So whether or not you want to finish writing your thought leadership book by the end of the summer, which is what's June, let's see, July, August, September, that's the end of September, or whether or not you want to give yourself the next 6 months to actually get it done. So you have book in hand before we go into 2024. And yes, it's absolutely possible. And I'm going to tell you tonight how to get it done. Okay. So let's first get into the mindset for success. So if you actually want to write your book and have it in your hand in the next 90 days by the end of the summer, since summer is just starting, or at least in the next 6 months, by the end of the year, the first thing that you're going to have to do is get your mind in the game. You got to get your head in the game. We get our heads in the game when it comes to everything else. Some of y'all already think about football season. Everybody's talking about all the vacations that they're going on this summer. We're going on vacation too, right? But you have to get your head in the game. And when I say you have to get your head in the game, this means that you have to start assessing, you have to start undoing some of those underlying thoughts and some of those thought processes that are not beneficial to helping you to accomplish your goal. And we got to start identifying those thoughts and getting down to the bottom of them, getting down to the bottom of it, because though certain mind frames that you may already have or certain thought processes may actually be posing or creating some type of blockage and getting in the way of you accomplishing your goal. So, yes, let's talk about it. Number one of the first myths, a common myth about writing a book is that it takes a long time. And one of the reasons why this myth exists is because when you go online or when you go on YouTube or Google, you go down the Google rabbit hole, and there's a lot of articles out there. There's a lot of information out there saying that your book needs to be 60,000 to 100,000 words, saying that you need to give yourself at least a year to a year and a half to write it. And that's hogwash. Listen, I was reading this book today. This book is The 10 Distinctions Between Millionaires and the Middle Class. And yes, it's a shorter book, but in the book, and it's a really good book, but in the book, at the beginning of the book, the author was saying that it took him only 7 days to write this book. He said he holed himself up inside of a cabin, and he allowed all of the research that he had done or conducted over the years, all of his personal experience that he personally had. He gave himself time. He put himself into a creative environment, and he let his thoughts flow. You all can see these images of books of clients. Some of the clients, we've worked with thousands of clients. Some of the clients that I've worked with, and most of them wrote their book within 3 days and published it within 9 weeks. And so because we have actual experience with helping authors to do this, and they've gone on to make hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars from their books, as particularly the clients who are already speaking or consulting, because they're able to easily package bulk orders of books in with their consulting, training, and speaking proposals, and make passive income that way, as well as sell hundreds of books at one time. So one myth that we absolutely have to tackle and realize it is not true is that it takes a long time. It does not take a long time. If you are in a space, if you're believing that it's going to take you a long time, yes, it will. But with the proper strategy and with the proper support, it doesn't have to take a long time. I have a client, Dr. Raymond, and his book is up there on the shelf. You guys can't see it. He wrote his book in a matter of hours while his wife was at a wedding rehearsal dinner. Jabrea, send me your cover. Yeah, send me your cover. And I think I did. I don't know if you gave me a copy of your book. I need a copy of your book too. Right? But he wrote his book while he was in a hotel room over the weekend, and his wife was at a wedding rehearsal dinner. And he published his book a few weeks later, and his first week he sold 200 copies and made like $4,000 to $5,000. Literally like his first week or two of release. Okay, so it doesn't take a long time. You just need the right strategy. Jabray, I got to send you my new office address. Okay, so you can send it to me. All of my information is being switched over because we just got an office. So I got to send you the address. Okay. But you need the right strategy and the proper support to get it done. And you also need to begin to embed the belief that you can get it done and that it's not going to take forever for you to do it. Okay. Another myth that exists when it comes to writing a book that gets in the way of that may be getting in the way of your progress and success is that you may have an underlying thought or belief that your book is not as valuable if it's self-published. It's not as valuable as a traditionally published book if it's self-published. Let me tell you something. Many books, when people typically go the traditional published route and they don't already have a massive audience or a massive following, yes, you might get an agent, you might get a contract, but your book is going to sit on the shelf. It's not going to get any major marketing. Matter of fact, I've worked with authors that have gone the traditionally published route, right? And they still ended up having to do their own marketing. So not only did they have to do their own marketing, not only did they have to do their own publicity, but they had to do their own marketing and their own publicity only for the publishing company to own the rights to their books and most of the royalties. This is why I say self-publishing is absolutely the way to go. And when you are able to get a lot of traction with your self-published book and a traditional publishing company or one of the, one of those top companies come to you, then you can go and negotiate because you got some skin in the game and you've got some data to present. So they just won't railroad you. I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. So what I found is that many organizations, whether it's organizations, whether it's schools, whether it's associations, whether it's companies, they don't care whether or not your book was traditionally published or self-published. However, if you are going the self-publishing route, you absolutely need to have a certain presence. Your book needs to look a certain way. There are your title. There are certain elements that you need to have in regards to your title, your subtitle, the cover design. And where a lot of self-published authors go wrong is that they think they got it all together because they self-published their own book. But in reality, their book looks real amateur. It looks like it was homemade. It looks like it was self-done, and it looks janky. And nobody's going to pay you hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars for bulk book orders to get something to give to their employees that looks like you did it yourself. Woo woo! Come on, Jabrea. Let me screenshot this. Let me screenshot this. Congratulations, Jabrea. Jabrea on Instagram says that she's a graduate of one of our writing programs. She says, self-publishing my book has opened so many doors of opportunities, and I'll be moderating an event at Georgia Tech this fall. Come on, Jabrea. I'm so excited for you. So yes, your book is still as valuable when you go the self-publishing route. It's still highly valuable. It can still be highly lucrative as well. But you need to have you need to have a certain it needs to be branded a certain way so that you can have a certain level of positioning. A lot of independently published authors write books that they're not published in a way to generate income. And so this is why I tell folks, it's nice that you did it yourself, but if you're missing core marketing elements from your title, subtitle, and cover design, and you just think you got it all together because you did it, I'm letting you know you leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. I was on Facebook the other day and I put a post up because I'm in a group, and somebody in the group was so happy they put up their book, that they finished their book. And I took a look at it. I was like, it's not on sale. It's not going to sell outside of her friends and family. Like, it was a full body picture of them sitting down. The name of the author was at the top of the book. The title of the book was at the bottom. There was no subtitle. The cover lacked flow. It needed a new design. And I'm like, just placement. Like, the font sizes were off, placement of certain elements, font sizes, and yes, the photos matter. And it can be the determining factor between whether you generate income or whether you're losing income. But these are things that you need to know if you're going the self-publishing route, so that you don't make these critical mistakes. And that's why it's always good to partner up with a consultant such as myself to give you the guidance so that you don't, make mistakes and publish something that is not going to get you paid after you become published. Okay. Another myth that keeps independent authors in the way of getting success with their books is that they think that writing is too difficult. So if you're feeling like writing your book is too difficult, you're already shooting yourself and diminishing your own success before you really get started. If you feel like writing isn't your strong suit, then you don't need to sit there and try to write every word or type every word. You may choose to dictate your book, but even in dictating or talking your book, there's still a strategy, because if you just get on the mic and you just start talking about things, chances are then you're going to start rambling, and that your content is going to lack structure, coherence, unity, and flow. And so this is one of the things that we teach our clients, is that yes, you still need an outline. It still needs to flow a certain way, and you need to use guides to keep you on track as you are dictating. And what I found is that at least, for people like myself, like I come from academia. I come from an academic background. And so this means that I tend to overly scrutinize myself when I'm writing, because I want everything to sound a certain way. I want everything to come across a certain way. And if you found yourself feeling like this as well, where you're like, listen, I want it to sound a certain way, it needs to flow, and you find yourself editing as you write, then dictating your book might be an easier way for you to actually get your book done. And I actually talked about this in my second Forbes article that was released a few years ago. And there are so many dictation tools that you can use that are on the market to help you. But the dictation tool itself will not help you to write a quality book. It'll help you get it done without you overly, like scrutinizing everything that you're writing or everything that you're saying. But there still needs to be a system. There still needs to be strategy. There still needs to be a structure, right? Even when you are using dictation tools, okay? And so if you want to finish your book, finish your thought leadership book by the end of the summer in the next 90 days, or by the end of the year, right? The first thing that you have to do is develop the mindset for success. And in developing the mindset for success, you need to tackle into those myths, tackle into those subconscious thoughts and beliefs that you have about writing your book, and about what it's going to take in order for you to successfully accomplish it, and do some reframing. You have to shift some things around, okay? The second thing that you need to do, if you want to finish writing your thought leadership book by the end of the summer or by the end of this year, is to set a release date. Setting a release date, marking it on your calendar, putting it on your Instagram or your LinkedIn, putting it on your Facebook, sending it out to your email list. This is going to serve as accountability for you, because you can sit there and say to yourself all day that you plan to finish by X, Y, and Z. But when you start letting other people know your own personal deadline, then you have other people to help hold you accountable. So when you set a release date for your book, you want to, number one, understand the process, meaning that you need to understand what it's going to take for you to go from concept to creation. This means that you need to understand what it's going to take for you to turn your idea into an actual, where's my book? Is up there. What it's going to take for you to turn your book into an actual physical product that you can hold in your hand. This means that you need to have a clear understanding of the writing process. So yes, if you want to have your book in hand in the next 90 days, that's absolutely doable. So you need to go ahead and write it on your calendar that your goal is to have your book write and self-publish your book and have your book in hand by September 30th, 2023, right? But then we have to do some backwards planning. Then we got to do some backwards design, because it's one thing to say that you want to do that, but it's another thing to actually understand what you need to do to get that done. So yes, that means that you need to go through the planning process. That means you need to write your book. That means that you're going to need to go through an editing process, right? And then you need to actually bring it into publication, getting your book cover designed, getting your getting your book cover design, getting your interior layout, taking care of the legal work in terms of your copyright, ISBN, and then sending it to print, book in hand. Okay. So you need to understand the process. And once you understand the process, don't take no for an answer. This means that no matter what your mind is telling you, no matter what's going on in life right now, you say to yourself, I'm not going to take no for an answer. This has been sitting on the sidelines for absolutely way too long. I don't care what it's going to take. I'm going to get it done, and I'm going to get it done by this date because it's important. And here's the thing. A book is a true passive income product. That means that once you get it done, once you write it, once you publish it, you go through the process one time and then you have a product in hand that you can sell for the rest of your life. You have a product in hand that you can then turn into other forms of intellectual property. Your courses, your consulting programs, your speeches, your workshops, and you can sell them over and over and over and over again. Okay. And also, once you set a release date, whether that release date is in the next 90 days or in the next 6 months, now that you also understand the process, you've made it up in your mind that you're going to get it done no matter what. This is where you have to be disciplined enough to know that no is a complete sentence, like my client Keisha Mason Campbell says, and you have to make space in your calendar. If you are sitting up waiting for the right time and waiting for time to miraculously appear in your schedule for you to get it done, you're joking. You're joking on yourself. You're tricking yourself. There's not going to be a block of time that is going to miraculously appear. There's never going to be a point in time in life where all the stars are going to miraculously align and just create this perfect scenario for you to write your book. No, you're going to have to make space in your calendar. Yes, you're going to have to make space in your calendar. Yes, you're going to have to decommit from some things so that you can commit to this process. Yes, you're going to have to tell some people no, and you're going to have to be okay if they don't like it. Because you have to create the space that you need in order to get this done. If you want to get it done in the next 90 days or in the next 6 months. Make no mistake about it. And I think one of the biggest errors that a lot of experts who are writing books, who want to write a book, make is that they think somewhere in their minds, oh, I'm going to find the time. You're not going to find the time. You're going to have to make the time, and you're going to have to prioritize the time so that you can actually get it done and get it done in a quality manner. That's what you're going to have to do. All right. And so if this is something that you want to do, there are 3 ways that you can work with me and the team, and I'll be sharing those at the end of the live stream. All right. So the third thing that you need to do if you want to finish writing your thought leadership book by the end of the summer or by the end of the year is that you want to begin marketing now. From the moment that you decide to write your book, the marketing process begins, okay? Another error that many authors make is that they decide to market their book the day they decide to, release it for pre-orders. You've killed your sales. Not pre-orders, but actually shipping. You've killed your sales. There's a reason why many authors actually began promoting their books and even taking pre-orders 3 to 6 months before their books even come out. If you pay attention to any celebrity who releases a book, pay attention to how they do their book tour. I watched Tabitha Brown's book release. I watched Michelle Obama's book release. They're doing press tours. They're doing talks on stages centered around their books. They're doing interviews. They're doing events centered around their books. They're getting press features. My question is, if when you're coming out with the book, what makes you think that all you have to do is put one post up on LinkedIn or your personal Facebook page or on Instagram, and that's going to get people excited and interested? No, you need to start thinking about what podcast do you want to be on? What people do you want to partner with to live stream so that you can get in front of their audiences? What events do you need to be on stage speaking at? What media do you need to be featured in? How can you align your message with local news stations so that you can get featured to go be on the news? I want you to start thinking about these things. So yes, you need to begin marketing now, from the time that you think about writing a book. And yes, you can create your own marketing plan. It's not complicated. You can have us to help you create one as well. You need to think about how you're going to leverage your audience to sell your book and to spread the word about your book. And yes, you can become your own publicist, or if you have the capital, you can hire a publicist. But when you go hire a publicist, you still need to have key marketing elements in place. You need to have your core message in place. You need to know who your audience is. You need to be able to articulate what your book is about and how it's going to help the audience and the benefits that your readers are going to obtain from reading your book. Like, you got to be able to articulate that. That's not for your publicist, if you hire one, to figure out. These are things that you need to be able to articulate to them and tell them. This is where people go wrong when they hire marketing agencies, because you go in green with no understanding of how to articulate what it is you do, and you expect someone else to do all the work, when the truth is you need to be able to come to the table and give the marketing agency or the publicist some information so that they can then go put together the plans and begin working on your behalf. All right. So let's just do a brief recap. Today's stream was all about how you can finish writing your thought leadership book by the end of the year. We're already in the middle of 2023, y'all. We're in the middle. And you had goals on January 1st. And only you know whether or not you are on track to accomplish those goals. There's still enough time for you to write your book by the end of the summer and write your book by the end of the year. And if this is something that you desire to do, this is what you need to do. Number one, you need to develop the mindset for success. I shared 3 myths, 3 commonly held myths that might be holding you back from attaining success, and what to do, what to believe instead. You need to, number 2, set a release date and do some backwards planning. And then number 3, you need to begin marketing now. From the time that you write from the time that you think that you're going to release a book. Marketing is as simple as taking a picture of yourself, taking a picture of the wall that you have mapped out all your ideas, and writing a post about it. You're bringing your audience along for the journey. You're starting to market and put the word out there that you have a book, that you're working on a book, and that it's coming out. Okay. And so if you'd like to work with us to write your book in the next 90 days, by the end of the summer, or to write your book by the end of the year, here are the 3 ways that you can work with me and my team. Number 1, you can book a Fire Writers VIP day, a CEO Fire Writers VIP day. This is where you and I will work together to write your book in a day. Okay. My VIP days are $5,000. You will leave with the first draft of your book completed. And then you'll have our support over the next 30 days, as well as access to a Publishing Power course, so that you or someone from your team can go through and self-publish your book. Okay. So you can hire me. You can work with me in a in an executive Fire Writers VIP day where we will write your book in a day. All right. The second way that you can work with me, if you need something more extensive with a lot more support, is that you can join me in the team in the Published and Paid Success Academy. Published and Paid Success Academy is an absolutely amazing program for aspiring authors. And for those of you all who want to write a book, start a coaching program, and sell an offer for less than $2,000. Okay. So in the Published and Paid Success Academy, we take you through the entire process of writing, self-publishing, marketing, launching your book, and then we teach you how to monetize your book beyond the book by transforming your book into entry-level coaching offers for $2,000 or less. Okay. Yes, we also have the Published and Paid Mastermind. We're not enrolling in the mastermind right now, but if you are already an established business owner or a published author, and you want to learn how to create a program as an extension of your book and price it from 3 to 10K or higher, you want to create a 20K offer, right? You want to speak on stages. You want to design and facilitate high-ticket workshops and sell from the stage. The mastermind is where you come, okay? All right, and then you can also join us October 27th through 29th at Published and Paid Live in Atlanta, Georgia. Published and Paid Live is the only 3-day live event designed for experts to write their books and transform their book into a profitable course or consulting business. And each day I take you through a specific framework and element to help you get that done. And so if you're interested in joining us at Published and Paid Live, you can go to www.publishedandpaidlive.com. Okay. We have some general admission and VIP tickets remaining. We have, I think, 2 or 3 VIP platinum tickets left. So if you want a VIP platinum ticket, you want prime seating behind our mastermind clients, you want a brand shoot, professional makeup application, a sweet session with me after day 1, then VIP platinum is where it's at. A VIP lunch with me on days 1 and 2. We got I think 2 or 3 VIP platinum tickets left. So if you're interested in joining us for Published and Paid Live, absolute phenomenal event. Phenomenal. Instructionally focused, and we have a great time. Okay. So those are the ways you can work with me. And if you're interested in working with me in a VIP day or in the academy, just put I'm interested in the comments down below. And if you want to attend Published and Paid Live, then you can go to www.publishedandpaidlive.com to go ahead and secure your ticket. Okay. Juneteenth is coming up. So you definitely want to go ahead and secure your ticket. Okay. All right. Before I head off, because it is Friday evening, before I head off, does anybody have any questions about anything that I've shared during this stream? Any questions about anything that I've shared during this stream? Hey, everyone on Instagram coming in. Yes, Janelle on Facebook, Published and Paid Live is litty. Okay, it's amazing. It's amazing. We sold out last year about a month before the event. We're going to sell out even earlier this year. So do not wait to get your ticket. And it's a lot. And the networking is next level. You guys got to understand that people who write books are just on another level, period. People who write books typically are intelligent. They've had some experience. They tend to know how to articulate themselves well, either through speaking, through writing, or both. And it's unlike events that are, just about other different topics. Like, it's a lot of smart people in the room. It's a lot of accomplished people in the room. Networking last year was absolutely off the chain. Okay. So make sure that you are in the room for published and paid live. All right. I didn't see any questions coming through. I'm about to go ahead and get off. It is Fish Friday, y'all. I didn't cook the fish. I had it delivered. So we're about to go get into some fish and just hang out on this Friday. But again, once again, thank you all for tuning in. And again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hope that you all enjoy your time and your weekend with your family, with your friends, and with your loved ones. And for any of you all who may be grieving the loss of your father, our hearts, our thoughts, and our condolences are with you. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Y'all, you have a great night.